shot at defenseless people that were not aware of what was going on until they knew it was too late. Your actions were a gutless character of a person. There's nothing heroic about your shooting people from behind and people not having a chance of defending themselves. I do not forgive you for what you have done.
I can speak for myself. I forgive you.
From what you went through, is there any advice you can give them on how to deal with being on the receiving end of this kind of hatred?
It is hard to forgive, but aspire to forgive.
At 21-year-old Dylan Roof's first court appearance, a judge decided to keep him locked up with $1 million bond.
You're charged with 9 counts of murder and 1 count of possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime.
While off camera, the families of the 9 people he's accused of murdering at a Bible study were speaking out with surprising compassion for Roof. He could hear their every word, the daughter of Ethel Lance speaking to him directly.
I would never talk to her ever again. I would never be able to hold her again. But I forgive you.
The mother of Tawanza Sanders shed tears as she spoke. Police say Roof meant to kill African Americans.
We welcome you Wednesday night in our Bible study with open arms. You have killed some of the most beautifulest people that I know. Every fiber in my body hurts, and I'll never be the same.
But the sister of Reverend DePayne Middleton says she's struggling.
For me, I'm a work in progress, and I acknowledge that I am very angry. But one thing DePayne has always joined in our family with is that she taught me that we are the family that love built. We have no room for hate, so we have to forgive. And I pray God on your soul.
The corruption that we saw during this process must stop. And it must stop for you. Because after now, I leave Dallas, but you live in Dallas. And it must stop for everyone.
It begs a few questions. Would Guyger have been treated this way if she was Black? Are Black people compelled to forgive those who hurt them? Today, I'm talking with Real News host Jacqueline Lukeman about why this story is so compelling. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. So we were talking a little bit before the camera started rolling about how you heard about what happened in the courtroom, ironically, a little bit after you came home from church, because a lot of the conversation was around how it was so great that the victim's family was being so forgiving and how that's a Christian thing to do. What was your take on that?
Well, my take is that people, especially Christians and particularly Black Christians, have a very skewed interpretation of the doctrine of forgiveness as it's preached and taught in especially American Christian churches. We're taught that we're supposed to, especially Black people, are taught that we're never supposed to be angry at what is done to us. And it doesn't matter if it's someone who steals from us or if it's an example of extrajudicial killing of an unarmed Black person by law enforcement. We're just never supposed to be angry. We're always supposed to be meek and humble, and we're supposed to automatically, immediately forgive whatever anyone does to us. And that is a doctrine that is not biblical. It's a misinterpretation of what forgiveness is in the biblical sense. And it's also not a form of forgiveness that's practiced by many white Christians.
But while you are in prison, you'll come to reality that you are now in hell, and only the fire awaits you. Your father was a garbage man, and you became trash of society. He is ashamed of your identity. You deserve to be buried in a landfill. This world was created with color. A peasant like you will never change. the human race. Your wish is to make this world a racist cult of one color, but you will never succeed. I ask from you, Your Honor, that this scum of the world never be allowed to walk free from prison in his lifetime, to never be able to set an example for those who follow in his steps. I ask that he be put in mainstream prison and stop wasting taxpayer money on giving him special treatment and protection. And coming back to this maggot, I would like to say that my 71-year-old dad would have broke you in half if you challenged him to a fight. But you are weak. A sheep with a wolf's jacket on for only 10 minutes of your whole life. I'm strong, and you made me even stronger.